Drop some money for a musty opal. Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession.
Whatever.
Everybody's going mad. Furious heat. Sweet demons, everybody's seeing red. Bashing and staring the city to shreds. Everything's going according to plan. Brawl against brawler, again and again.
You have a chance of getting Demon Mortis and Angel Edgar hypercharged skins for free!
Now you can dash to the wall or wait in the bushes in the coolest skins we ever released.
And you are getting better star drops, the angelic drops, and the
Brawl Talk! Juju, a voodoo shop owner. Shade, a sentient pile of clothes. Angels fight demons in a new event, new toon skins, and a huge trophy reward.
You know what would be great? If you teamed in Showdown.
Don't listen to this freak. He's literally called the devil.
Spin it to win it.
It's called Solo Showdown for a reason, Danny.
You can't even fly. Those wings are just for show.
I'll kill you, you son of a...
Whoa! Can't we all just get along?
You lose.
Sorry.
Welcome to Brawl Talk.
Angels vs Demons is the next event coming to Brawl Stars as an ancient evil is unleashed upon Star Park.
Get ready for new demonic and angelic abilities, new game modes, epic new skins, and more.
The battle for Brawl Stars has begun. Are you an angel or a demon?
You'll find out when you open Brawl Stars.
Each day, you will be greeted by a special star drop that you will flip.
Like a coin.
Yeah, like a coin.
Depending on what side it lands on, you will become an angel or a demon for the day. The star drop will then open, give you rewards that are unique to your side.
Don't worry, on some days you will be granted free will to choose your team, so you can experience being both angels and demons.
Angels and demons will have different star drops to unlock for their daily rewards.
Unlock ancient abilities from the Codex of Doom to boost your brawlers.
Opening angelic or demonic star drops is how to get the abilities for your Codex of Doom. You can then choose one of these abilities to bless or curse your brawlers.
Think of them like a star power, but available for all your brawlers, and like 100% cooler. Also, Codex of Doom! I felt left out.
Ability explanation time!
Seraphim.
Spawn an angelic ally when a teammate is defeated. This ally will heal you and your team and is stronger if the defeated teammate was an angel.
Rebirth.
Once per game, if an attack would have defeated you, you become invincible for 1 second and knock back enemies near you.
Siphon. Defeating an enemy leeches their strength, and your teammates will be healed if they are demons.
Conjuring Chaos. You spawn an imp when you take down an opponent. These imps will run around the map attacking enemies. This ability has a cooldown.
There will actually be a total of 12 unique abilities, and you can see them all by watching content creator videos.
You can only use one ability on a brawler at a time, so coordinate with your teammates to get the most powerful combos.
Some weird stuff is happening in Star Park, and portals are opening up everywhere. No, not that kind of portal. The evil kind. New game mode!
Portals are summoning spirits in the new game mode,
Spirit War.
Have you ever wanted to control your own army of cute, deadly spirits?
Well, now you can.
In this twist, on the classic Siege format, angels and demons will face off against each other by summoning spirits to fight for them.
Players must collect amulets to summon spirits for battle, which will happen up to 3 times in one game.
The more amulets you collect, the more spirits you summon. You summon the same amount of spirits as amulets you collect.
But there's a max number you can summon. Spirits will grow stronger with each battle.
The first thing to destroy the other side's turret, or the thing that do the most damage, wins.
Trio Showdown. It's like...
Okay, so this isn't a new game mode, but it was so fun, we brought it back. It was the most played game mode in the SpongeBob season.
Oh yeah, and you can also use your new angel or demon abilities in it.
In fact, whenever you see this icon, you can use your angel or demon abilities in that game mode.
Contests will also be happening every 3 days throughout the season. Players can compete in certain game modes to top the leaderboard and show the world who is the best angel or demon.
The top players will be rewarded with extra angelic or demonic star drops.
You only have a limited amount of tickets per contest, like the Mega Pig, so you've got to be good. We have a bunch of otherworldly skins coming too.
In my opinion, these are some of the best looking skins we've made so far.
Angel Larry and Laurie are the Brawl Pass skin, and are joined by 2 Brawl Pass Plus chromas, Radiant Larry and Laurie, and Dark Angel Larry and Laurie.
We have 2 hypercharged skins this season, both with 2 chroma variations, which you can only earn from the angelic and the demonic star drops.
Demon Mortis, Devilish Mortis, and Lambent Mortis.
Dark Angel Edgar, Lightbearer Edgar, and the edgiest skin of them all, Nightbringer Edgar. He definitely listens to Screamo.
We have 6 new Angels vs Demons skins, so you can represent your side of your choice.
If you're feeling demonic like me, we have Demon Otis, Demon Willow, and Demon M.
And if you're feeling angelic like me, we have Angel Max, Angel Lily, and Angel Jean.
And if you're feeling like you missed out on these skins before, then you probably did. But we have 2 recolors for Colt and Colette, Light Angel Colt and Impy Colette.
The Angels vs Demons season will last from November 7th to December 5th.
New Brawler, Juju.
There's bad Juju, but not here. It's good Juju only.
Juju is the owner of the Oddities shop and is a creepy voodoo child.
She is a mythic artillery who has created various pets, each with special elemental powers.
Juju cycles through 3 attack types, each with different effects.
Grass has increased range.
Earth deals increased damage.
And water will slow down enemies.
These 3 different attacks make her a very versatile brawler, able to handle any situation.
She's got friends on the other side, in particular, Grigri. He is summoned by her super and will chase the nearest enemy to throw needles at them. Bit mean, but he is a weird voodoo doll.
Oh, and Juju can walk on water. She can control the elements after all.
Juju will be releasing on October 30th, which is almost a fitting date for the Queen of Creepy.
We are reworking the trophy reset to be more exciting and simple for all players, rather than annoying and confusing.
Get on here, trophy. The mysterious trophy reset.
Trophy reset now happens at season reset. All brawlers are now capped at 1000 trophies, but any trophies that you earn above that are season trophies that will progress your tier.
So why does this matter? Thanks for asking, Drew. Introducing the Trophy Box. Wow, what an original name.
The trophy box will upgrade as you earn more season trophies.
At the end of the season, instead of losing trophies and getting blink,
Boo.
You now only lose your season trophies and get to open your trophy box.
Yay. This is a nice change, as each trophy box contains a guaranteed skin plus other goodies. Here's the lowdown.
the higher the level that your trophy box is, so the more season trophies you have, the better and bigger the rewards will be.
Your highest season tier will also be displayed on the leaderboards, so your best season will not be forgotten. And if you are in the top 1000, you get a badge.
This change should make playing high trophy brawlers more rewarding, less punishing, because we are also balancing trophy loss, and this should also improve matchmaking times.
Man, this is great, but when are we gonna get the true reward? A lot of things will change already on update day, and the first trophy season will start with the Angels vs Demons season.
New brawler, Shade.
Do you ever get freaked out by the pile of clothes in your room that looks like a person?
Well, Shade is here to freak you out. Just kidding. It's a sweet pile of clothes at heart.
It's the final member of the Ghost Station trio and Guz's buddy.
Shade is an epic assassin and a pile of clothes who mysteriously became sentient. Hey, don't ask me how, I just work here.
Shade flows across the map, across water, and this is the really cool part. With its super, it can even move through walls.
It's gonna spook you wherever you are.
Its basic attack deals damage in a cone shape in front of it. It deals more damage if you hit enemies right in the center, and
This is the really cool part.
its attack actually goes through walls.
Shade is floating into Brawl Stars on November 29.
Hyper.
8-Bit's turret now has a laser that automatically shoots nearby enemies.
Otis' super now stuns as well as silences.
Rough super deals more damage on impact, and his power-up will now also charge your hypercharge.
Daryl will also spray bullets around him while traveling using his super.
Penny's cannon now fires 2 cannonballs instead of 1.
Stu can use his super infinitely for the duration of the hypercharge.
A cool change that makes hypercharged skins even better is that when you hypercharge, you will keep your skin's hypercharged form until you are defeated.
So you get to look at the best part of your skin for longer. Nice.
We return to Startoon Studios for our December season with this new cartoon-inspired skin.
Bizarre Maisie is the Brawl Pass skin of this season, and her chromas Requiem Maisie and Platinum Maisie are available through Brawl Pass Plus.
I mean, Rude Lou.
Paper Cordelius.
Be less Ash.
Sugar Plum Rosa. Man, this skin makes me hungry for donuts.
Skin it to win it.
We have a bunch more skins.
Are you ready?
Rusty Otis,
High Flyer Lola,
Sous Chef Ruffs,
Cinema Shade,
Unlucky Juju,
True Gold and True Silver, Kenji and Mo. We're giving away a bunch of Angel Max skins. You can find out how to participate in the giveaway by going to hashtag Angel Max Giveaway on social media. Is that right? Angel Max Giveaway? All right.
Free Profile.
Icon.
From November 1st to the 3rd, we'll have the Brawl Stars World Finals, and if you watch it live on event.brawlstars.com, you can get a free hypercharge.
Brawl Talk! Mega Boxes are back for a classic Brawl event.
It's go time! It's time to level up! It's time to level up! Okay, you got skills! It's time to level up! For real? Oh, you're so lucky! Gotta get that loot! Old Gale's still got it! I'm a-coming! Off I go! Off I go.
Dynamic. Gosh darn.
No rest for the wicked. Mythic!
Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession. Needless aggression filling out, spilling into the street. Everybody's going mad, furious heat. Sweet demons, everybody's seeing red. Bashing and tearing the shady to shreds. Everything's going according to plan. Brawl against brawler, again and again. Did you get the invite, baby? Come on, when this block party's done, there'll be no block left to party on. I'm a real bad player, serious angel slayer. I'm gonna ring your bell once we start this dance. You walk with me in hell. Just about to wipe the floor with some red kid. Teach him a lesson that you'll never forget. When all these angels show up out of nowhere, you swear, how dare you interfere with my schemes? Gonna make you scream. Brothers, do you think you can take me? You wrong. You're just the right age to die young. You guys must be nuts. I'm gonna kick your butt, but if you got the guts, bring it on. I'm a real bad player. Serious angel slayer. I'm gonna make you hell.
I am a creature of the night.
Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything. Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything.
I am a creature of the night. I am a creature of the night.
Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything. Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything. Did someone hit me? Did someone hit me? Did someone hit me? Did someone hit me?
Time for trouble.
Did someone hit me?
Day and night cannot dwell together.
I'm so overpowered. A boat says. I'm only here for the trophies.
El Primo is here. Primo Punch! Showtime! ¡El Primo! ¡El Primo! ¡El Primo! Show must go on.
Did someone here unfollow me? Did someone here unfollow me? They say she's too wrapped up in herself. Hashtag haters. How many They say she's too wrapped up in herself. Hashtag haters. How many Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything. Did someone here follow me? Time for a detox. Eat my scrunchie! Try some zombie by me. Hashtag winning.
Into the fray! Full steam ahead! Into a reality shop, drop some money for a musty old book. Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession. Needless aggression filling and spilling into the street. Everybody's going mad, furious heat. Sweet demons, everybody's seeing red. Bashing and staring the city to shreds. Everything's going according to plan. Brawl against brawler, again and again. Did you get the invite, baby? Come on. When this block party's done, there'll be no block left to party on. I'm a real bad player. Serious angel slayer. I'm gonna ring your bell. Once we start this dance, you walk with me in hell. Just about to wipe the floor with some wet kid. Teach him a lesson that you'll never forget. When all these angels show up out of nowhere, you swear, how dare you interfere with my schemes? Gonna make you scream. Do you think you can take me? You're wrong. You're just the right age to die young. You guys must be nuts. I'm gonna kick your butt. But if you got the guts, bring it on. the oddity shop. Drop some money for a musty old book. Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession. Needless aggression filling heads, spilling into the street. Everybody's going mad, furious heat. Sweet demons, everybody's seeing red. Bashing that's tearing the city to shreds. Everything's going according to plan. Against wrong.
I'm so gonna win everything.
It's Hammer Hammer Jam has arrived, and this year we want to shake things up a bit, so we've decided to try something new. for this episode of Clash On.
We'll let you, the viewer, decide what you want to see for the rest of the episode and what you want to know more about.
But that's not all. To make it extra spicy, we'll also let you claim in-game rewards depending on the path you choose, so choose wisely.
Or not, since you can always go back and try again.
Really? How cool is that?
All right. Now that we have established the ground rules, we can give you the first options so you can pick your own Clash On video.
There are multiple options you can choose from. Choose my path for something cool.
Welcome to a new episode of Inside the Builder's Hut. Today we're going to be talking to several guests and going to be covering topics such as Gold Pass, Legendary Scenery, Balance Changes, Magic Snacks, and more. So if you want to hear more about them, stick around. So David, in the beginning of the month, we had a very difficult situation regarding the Gold Pass, and players were quite unhappy about it. And by the way, thank you for letting us know. It was harsh, but necessary. Could you tell us a little bit more about the decision of removing the skin from the Gold Pass?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd like to take a quick step back. Because in the Clash team, we always have the best intentions of the player in mind. And I know you might think, of course, I would say that, but like Clash is a game that's been around for 12 years, and we want Clash to be around for 20, 30, 40 more years. We want Clash to be a game that's remembered forever. And if we don't do things that are in the best interest of players, that will not happen. Our player base will shrink, and we'll be a game that's remembered for a couple of decades at most. For us, their player base and growing our player base is the most important thing. And it's more important than monetization. Monetization is important because it allows us to do cooler things in the game for players and incentivizes them to come back next year, next month, next week. And it also allows us to kind of make more players in the world know about Clash. And so it's all with this kind of idea in mind of growing the player base. And so being a game eventually that players will remember forever. But to your question specifically, why we removed the skin from the Gold Pass, ultimately we had reason to believe that people do not buy the Gold Pass because of the skin. And we needed to find out the answer to that question. And the reason that that's important and is in the interest of the players is because if people are buying the skin, they're buying the Gold Pass because of the skin, then that's really useful for us to know, because then that means that the people that are interested in skins in the game is much bigger than we thought. And so when we were prioritizing all the cool things we can do in the game, maybe we prioritize skins a bit higher than other things. And on the other hand, if people are not buying the Gold Pass because of the skin, that's also really important for us to know, because that's not good for players that do like skins, because that kind of devalues skins for those group of players. Because a lot of those players, when they think of skins, they get the value from exclusivity. And if we're giving out these skins to players that don't really care about them, then that's not good for those players and the value that they get from this thing that they care about.
And I think it's super important to have that extra context, because one of the things we missed the mark with this whole decision, I think, was that we didn't communicate properly with our players and talk about this. So I think they're all caught by surprise by this decision. And I think maybe if we were like more open and transparent from the beginning, things could have been different. So I think it's a great learning for us, and it's something that of course we're going to apply in the future decisions. And again, we're doing all of this again thinking about the player and what's best, but it doesn't mean we're not going to make wrong decisions sometimes, like the wrong choice. It happens, and that's why we have the players to tell us when we're doing something wrong, that we drop the ball so we can fix the issue. And speaking about fixing the issue, we did roll back and we added the skin back in the past, right?
Yeah.
So could you talk a little bit more about that decision as well as like rolling back?
Yeah, okay, before we get to that, I just want to give one more reason for why we removed it. So we did talk about how decos are more kind of available to more town halls versus skins. And so that is also an important part of it, because if you're a Town Hall 7 or 8 and we put like a Royal Champion skin in there, you have to wait a lot of Town Halls until you get it. And I know you could argue that why don't we just have like a skin currency system? And we did think about that, but that's really complex. And then people also could say that why don't you just put the scenery in there, because that is available for lower town halls. But the problem with that is that it still has the same problem. Like, we don't think that people would buy the Gold Pass because of that even. And so we don't want to put something in there that relies on exclusivity. And decos are something that can actually be a good thing in terms of abundance. Like, you can provide them in abundance and it's not necessarily a bad thing. Of course, there's a storage issue with decos that we'll get to later. But then, okay, moving on to your question of why we kind of, like, how we reacted quickly. So we soon found out that actually it seems that maybe the skins were an important reason why you buy the Gold Pass. And as soon as we realized that that was the way, then we were no longer working in the best interest of the players. So as soon as we figured that out, we're like, okay, we need to turn this around. And we did. We turned it around straight away. But I want to make clear, though, that the failure was not in the initiative to do this. The failure was in how we executed it. And then specifically, because we knew that this would be a controversial thing to do, we should have let the players know well in advance to get the dialogue going. And that's where the failure is. And that's what we apologize for. And that's what we'll do better on in the future.
Absolutely. And I think that this is part of the learning as well, when to communicate things, how to communicate things. And we're trying our best. And this is part of that. I think the change was, that's why we started doing this episode, so we could communicate more, be more transparent, talk about things that happen in the game, difficult decisions, or things that we messed up, and wins as well. So I think that's something that we're gonna keep learning and improving over time. But back to the question, still talking about the adding the skin back to the Gold Pass. Everyone noticed that the skin is a legendary skin, and some players were a bit confused and maybe expecting that the skin rarity is going to be changed to rare. So could you talk a little bit more about this as well?
Yeah, so when we realized that this was the wrong move to make, we wanted to more than make up to it to the players for it. So that skin will remain legendary, and that's why we also added even more things on the silver side of the track, because we really, like, it wasn't enough for us just to make up for players, just to kind of strike a balance. We wanted to more than make up, and that's why that will remain legendary going forward.
That's amazing to hear. So there you go. And as you said, also have 2 builder potions and 20 starry ores as well that you can claim. So a lot of free stuff. And now we're going to talk about you were talking about the decoration, and we know there's also an issue with decoration where to put it, because players are running out of space. And it's a big problem because you want to showcase your decorations. You have a lot of cool decorations. So what's the next step here?
This is a tricky one. So there are some maybe obvious solutions for this. We could just increase like the space around the edge of the scenery, and that would give the players more space for decos. But that's a short-term solution, because eventually we'll run into the space problem again.
Yeah, how far can you go?
Yeah. The next solution that there potentially is this like completely separate area. So you have your builder base, clan capital, home village, and then we talked about this sort of sanctuary idea, like the safe place that can't get attacked, but you can store and customize your decos there. And that's a decent idea. But the problem with that is that I think players are really interested in decorating their home village, something that they're kind of more emotionally connected to, and maybe the sanctuary wouldn't fit that bill. So the solution isn't super obvious. I guess if we really think about what the problem is, it's not necessarily that players don't have space in the home village to place their decos, it's that they don't have anywhere to place their decos. They don't even have a place in their like inventory management to have like decos in a nice order. So maybe that's a solution, and maybe that's something that we'll think about going forward.
That's good to hear. Yeah, again, we don't have yet a solution, but we're definitely thinking about it because we recognize this is an issue for players right now. I have one more question before we move forward to the next topic. Can we expect any more controversial changes related to the Gold Pass in the future?
So, like, ultimately, if we think that there's something, again, in the interest of players that might be controversial that relates to the Gold Pass, but having said that, there is nothing else planned like that. In fact, anything else we have planned for the Gold Pass is more on the positive side. At the moment, the Gold Pass is like a one-pass-fits-all sort of setup, and we have some changes in mind where we want to, personalize it a bit more, depending on what town hall you're in, depending on how you engage in the game. So this should be a clear positive for the players in terms of the Gold Pass.
All right, that's great news. So there you go. Okay, so we just released our most majestic cosmetic ever, the legendary scenery, and the team done an amazing job with the scenery. But we all know it's more on the premium side when it comes to its price. And I would like you to tell us a little bit more why. What was the decision behind this price?
Yeah, so at $32.99 US, not including tax, it's really expensive. There's no other way to put it. And you might be asking, I thought we were talking about doing things in the best interest of players. How is this in the best interest of players? But there is some good intention here. In Clash, we're trying to become more cosmetic focused when it comes to monetization. And the reason we want to do that is because we want to have monetization that is as fair as possible. And fair monetization essentially is monetization that does not alienate the free-to-play player. And cosmetics in that context is really good. So if we think about the different ways we can monetize, it's like just pay to win, and that's something we don't want to do, and I hope the players don't think we do that. There's pay to progress quicker, and that's kind of what we do mostly in Clash. And it's pretty player friendly because when we release new content, everyone gets it. But if you pay, you kind of get first access, early access to it. And in Clash, I think we do a pretty good job of making that fair. But the fairest way to monetize is via cosmetics, because they don't alienate the player at all. They have no impact on gameplay, and it's a super fair way to monetize. And when we think about like the revenue we make in the game and the split between pay to progress and cosmetics, we want to increase the share that comes from cosmetics, because we believe that this is the most player-friendly way in the long term to monetize, and kind of sets us up nicely to be this game that's around for 30, 40 years and remembered forever.
And said all that, how often do we plan to release this new tier of sceneries?
At the moment, we're thinking like 3 to 4 times max a year. Like, it's really exclusive, and we want the release cadence to reflect that. Because if you're a player and you buy one of these, you may not want to like switch it straight away next month. You might want to hold on to it and like really kind of take it all in. So that's why it's important that it kind of happens at this 3 or 4 times a year cadence. And the months that we don't do the legendary scenery, we'll have the regular scenery selling as usual. So this isn't necessarily like replacing the regular scenery with this really high price legendary scenery. The regular scenery will still be there, and will be there in the months that we don't sell the legendary scenery.
Okay, that's great to hear, because there were some questions about like, okay, so we're having legendary scenery, not having the regular scenery anymore. So we're still gonna have both. It's just, okay, that's good to know. Can we expect something similar for skins, like even like top tier above legendary for skins?
Yeah, maybe. Like we've talked about potentially this sort of mythic tier skin idea, but we'll see how it goes. Like, I think we do have other plans in store for cosmetics, and that might come before that. But if we have the time, we would definitely like to look into a higher tier for skins as well.
Myself, as a cosmetic collector, I love cosmetic in every game I play. So I'm really happy to see that we're going that direction as well, exploring more cosmetics in the game, because I think that's super appealing and something you can show everyone. So super excited to hear these things. Do we have any other plans you can share regarding cosmetics for Clash of Clans?
Yeah, I kind of alluded to at the start that we want to do cosmetics that are definitely cheaper if we sell them, or cosmetics we give out to the free-to-play player via engagement. And so the one thing we're thinking a lot about now is emotes. And not necessarily just emotes in the chat, but emotes like as an attacker, as a defender, you can use emotes in different situations. And this is something that we're kind of really considering. That might be this next step for cosmetics. The benefit of emotes is that you can kind of provide them in abundance. They really are good on the social side. It's like an outlet through which players can, express themselves and communicate with others. So we're really excited about this one. So it's still, we're still talking about it, we're still planning about it, but this could be potentially the next step for cosmetics.
Okay, so we had an update just now, and now we have a new type of event in the game, the treasure hunt. And with it, we have a new type of reward, which are the chests. And players are already talking about, because they contain random rewards, and what does that mean? So can you talk to us a little bit more about this new event and this new type of reward?
Randomization is super fun. That's what we think. And players are going to have a lot of fun playing with it. Like Clash, for 12 years, essentially has been a game that's been deterministic in terms of reward structure. Like, you get what you think you're going to get. And that's, for a strategy-based game, that's good. And there's a lot of benefits to that. It's fair, it's transparent, but there are also some downsides to it. It becomes stale, becomes predictable, becomes boring, arguably. And so randomization adds in some excitement, which we think is going to be fun for players. Now, that's not to say that randomization is going to be everywhere in the game now. It will still predominantly be a game that's based upon deterministic-based rewards, because it's a strategy-based game. But we want to sprinkle in a bit of randomization there, because we think it's going to be fun for the players. And then in terms of the event itself, the treasure hunt event, we want to be quite careful with how we introduce this new reward type. We don't want to switch things that players already have with this new thing. So that's kind of why we made it a temporary event out of this. And also the mechanic, like the mechanic in the event itself, where the chest is behind one of 3 buildings. We think this could be fun for the players. We want to always try new things to see if the players like it. So we hope that the players do like this sort of like guess or check which building the chest is behind. And maybe we'll try more new things like that. And that's kind of the thought process behind the event and the rewards themselves.
I think the event sounds super exciting, especially because it's quite free-to-play friendly, because everyone can get the chests. You can get, if you're lucky, you can get the epic or the legendary chest as well, which can contain amazing rewards.
Yeah.
And we already have the new type of rewards, the Magic is Next, which we'll talk about more later. But I think it's super exciting. And again, it's friendly, and it only adds up and more rewards and more type of rewards in the game. So I think it's a very positive thing.
Yeah, and one thing to add there is that so the current setup of the event is that you get 3 chests. You can get 3 chests every 48 hours. Initially, we talked about doing 3 chests every 24 hours, but we really want to be free to play friendly. We really want to be friendly to the players that maybe don't engage that much. And if we did 3 chests every 24 hours, a lot of those players wouldn't get all the chests. And so we wanted to make it a bit kind of more casual player friendly. And that's why it's 3 chests every 48 hours. But let's see how it goes. In the future, we might change that and make it maybe a bit more predominant in these events.
This all sounds great, but many players are already talking about having these type of randomized rewards, or as some people call loot box, inside the game, and they're worried about what does this mean for Clash of Clans in the future. Is there anything you can tell us about these type of rewards being in the game now? What does it mean for the game?
Yeah. So I just said that randomized rewards are fun and randomization is fun, but I do understand the kind of darker side of it and the connections it has to gambling. And I want to be super clear that the purpose of this is to create more fun in the game. It's not monetization related. And we have no plans to sell these boxes. It's all going to be connected to engagement and events. That's kind of the plan. And maybe we're in other parts of the game, but we do not plan to sell these things for money. Because again, we have to ask yourself the question, if we want to be a game that's around for 20, 30 or 40 more years, does selling loot boxes get us to that place as a strategy-based game? And maybe the answer to that is no. And so there's no plans to sell these at the current moment, at least.
Pretty sure players will be relieved to hear about this as well. And again, as you said, it's super fun to open the loot box, the chest, whatever you want to call it, and don't know what's inside. And it could be anything out of amazing rewards we have. So I think, again, it's just something new and fun to add into the game that's not taking away anything from the players. It's only adding more value to them.
Yeah.
So it's amazing.
And they're called chests. We actually had a lot of time thinking about what we'd call them. And funnily, we landed on chests because they are chests.
Yeah, and it's a treasure hunt. So it makes sense you're going to find chests. Yeah, so it's perfect. Another question I have regarding this, now that we have this new type of reward in the game, so far, we only have it available during the event, which is great, and we all understand why, but we have plans on expanding the availability of this chest, where we can find them, other places in the game.
We want to see how this goes, but if it goes well, we would plan to maybe add it to certain different parts of the game. So for example, maybe we add a few to the silver track, maybe we add some to challenge levels, maybe we add some to other places. And maybe we'll make some different types of chests. So maybe we have event-specific chests where maybe you get the pool is all temp troops, or maybe it's cosmetic-specific chests. And these are some of the plans we have going forward. Hopefully it goes well in this first release though.
That sounds super exciting. And just so everyone knows, in case you're not aware, the drop rates for each one of the chests is available for everyone. So you can check what are the chances for you to get each of the rarity types. So everything is pretty clear and you can get the information anytime you want. So do we have any more plans for future events? What's next?
Yeah, so when it comes to events, we want to create give something players to talk about. The big moments in the game is when we release new town hall updates. But what happens between those updates? And with events, we want to create really exciting moments for players in between. We want to create moments that are more social, that are really fun and varied and novel. And we do have some plans. So hopefully by the end of this year, we have something pretty special and unique that could be coming. And then next year, our main focus will be on creating this new social event type. So the last time Home Village has had a new social event is with clan games, and maybe next year something else comes.
Sounds like something big.
Maybe something big.
Yeah, okay, exciting. So, all right. Thank you very much, David. It was really nice. So now let's get to the other topics. It's great to have that extra context of why we decide to include hero equipment this time, but is that a reason as well of why we decide to also nerf and not just buff them, the ones that are weaker?
Currently, the game is, at least for some players at Town Hall 16, it's a bit too easy. Some of the competitive game modes like Wars and Legend League are becoming less interesting because it's too easy to get a perfect attack towards your opponent. And for this reason, if we had buffed all the hero equipment, this problem would have become even worse. So we would have even more perfect wars.
I think that when we're from the outside, I think sometimes we forget about these little details and how hard it is to balance all these elements in the game. Is that the reason also why we decided to not just focus on buffing troops or nerfing troops and heroes, and we had to include hero equipments?
Yes, that answer to that question probably comes down to the balance between army and heroes. It was becoming kind of quite clear that the heroes are very strong. Some players were like destroying almost the entire base, or in some cases even the entire base, using heroes only without using any troops. So it seemed, from that angle, it seemed quite clear that we want to address the strength of heroes in some cases. We could have like buffed defenses to make the defenses stronger, but one problem with that approach would have been that if we have some players who don't have the maxed out equipment yet, they are on their way there. And if we had buffed defenses, then those players would struggle more in their attacks.
Makes sense.
Which we wanted to avoid. And we could have also like buffed troops, but then the game wouldn't have become like, the game would have become even easier than it currently is. And that would not be great for the balance of the game, as it was even in the current situation, it was slightly too easy in Town Hall 16.
That's great to hear, and I think that will help with everyone that's wondering why we decided to do this. And even though there are a lot of players who already understand, I think that nerfs are needed, but sometimes I think we have this idea that only buffing is enough, but that's not true, clearly. We do need the nerfs as well. And now that we've done this for the first time, is this something we can expect in the future? Are you going to keep buffing and nerfing equipments?
We are not going to do that regularly, but we are going to introduce new equipment, and the game is also going to change when we introduce some other new things which might impact how good equipment are. And whenever we do new equipment, we try as hard as possible to make it balanced. But it's always difficult to get the balance just right. We want the new equipment to be strong, so people would feel excited about it and they would want to try it out. But we don't want it to be overpowered. And finding this balance is sometimes difficult, because we have a limited amount of people who are testing these things out before they go live. And in many situations, we have these cases where we didn't think of some use cases that players find out there that then cause this equipment to be too strong. So we try to avoid balancing when possible, but if something turns out to be too strong, we will probably have to adjust it eventually. And if something turns out to be too weak, we will have to buff it.
And I think it's great that you mentioned this, is because also it takes time, because we need also time to analyze all of this, right? So it's not something that's going to happen super quick or anything like that just after a release of new hero equipment, because we need time to see the data, see how things like how the use rate and all that, right? So I think it's important also for players to know that it takes time to make these changes. So yeah, it makes perfect sense. And do we have anything on the horizon for a new balance update coming up anytime soon, or not yet?
For equipment, we don't have anything planned at the moment. We will, of course, as you say, we will observe the data. We are like constantly observing what the hit rates and use rates of equipment are. And if something is an outlier, so that it's both heavily used and super strong, then we will have to consider doing something. Or if something is outlier in the other direction, underused and weak, we will have to consider doing balance changes for that. But as you say, gathering this data takes a long time from the live game, and only after gathering the data, we would be comfortable doing those balance changes. And why the data gathering takes such a long time is that it's actually takes a while to upgrade your equipment.
True.
And takes a lot of resources to upgrade your equipment. So we would want to avoid any hasty decisions in this, because we know that players spend their resources on them, and we don't want to make nerf equipment in such a way that players would feel that they have spent resources on something that becomes useless.
Yeah.
So if we have to do any nerfs to equipment, we try to do it in such a way that it still remains very useful for the players.
And again, I think that's super important because we're not nerfing anything to the point of becoming useless, right? As you said,
yeah.
There's still an option. It's just that you have more options now. I think at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to achieve, right? Just more options, not less options. So thank you very much, Patrick, for being here.
Thank you very much.
All right, Rafael, right off the bat, I want to know, why did we decide to add magic snacks to the game? I mean, they're tasty, super fun to use, but why?
Yeah, I think the main reason for the existence is that we wanted to make battling more fun, more exciting, and especially more rewarding for players. So it's always more fun to go to the battle if your siege machines are full, but it can be hard for players to request clan castle reinforcement donations every time, and some players don't even know that they can reinforce their troops using raid medals.
True.
So we introduced the clan castle cake. And the same can be applied to a lot of other things like testing new troops or new equipment. It can be a bit challenging, but if you use the power pancake or the mighty morsel, you can go there and you can have these elements in their full potential and experiment how fun they can be in their maximum level. These magic snacks offer us an opportunity to explore wild effects and giving players this moment of feeling very OP, but keeping the big picture in a fair state.
I would like to know, because I have my own, but what's your favorite magic snack so far?
Well, I have two of them. The first one is the training treat. I really like how it changed my strategies for battling and wars. And the second one is the mighty morsel, because I love having my equipment on maximum level.
That was one of my favorites as well, but the training treat I think is just so good to be able to train your army right away. And I've seen some players talking about, why heroes, they're still if they're resting, they still need to wait for the time. But I think it's so good if you're just farming as well. So just train your bunch of sneaky goblins or whatever it is. So I think it's really fun in that way because you don't have to wait, just jump straight away into it. So I think that was my favorite so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear what players think about that one, but I'm hyped.
And I think one of the main differences here between the magic items we have in the game and the magic snacks is that, well, two, they expire and they can't be stacked. So does that mean that magic snacks are going to be easier to find in the game compared to these magic items?
Well, there are a few points in here. The first one is that we know that players like to save their items, reserve them for that special moment, and we're okay with that. But with these specific items, we want to remove that pressure of should I save, should I use it now? We want them to be something that you can acquire and you can explore the benefits right away. You don't have that internal pressure. The decision making is a lot easier. And with that being said, we want to expand your opportunities to get them in the game. At the moment, you can only acquire them through the treasure hunt event, so you get them through the chests. But I think slowly we are gonna see what are the other spots in the game that we can include them, always with that mantra of rewarding players for their engagement.
And based on what I've seen so far, I think it'd be really cool to find these magic snacks in other places in the game. Because again, as I said, it's really cool to be able to use them right away because again, you don't have the pressure, right? So I think it's really good. Okay, let's just see how it's gonna work. Let's just test this out. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, and we wanna hear from the community. If you have ideas about what are the cool places that we can include these items, let us know. We're always hearing.
And since we're talking about ideas and I guess future plans, what does the future look like for magic snacks?
First of all, we hope that our players love the magic snacks as much as we do, and we would love to keep cooking new recipes for them. So at the moment, we have a lot of extra ideas in our drawers, but there's this constant fact from Clash of Clans that some of our best ideas, they came from the community. So now it's the moment to hear from them. how do they feel about the current set of Magic Snacks, and what are the new effects that they would like to see in the game. We are all ears.
Again, that's great to hear, and please share your feedback about all of that and more if you have, sure. And as you said before, since they're temporary, they don't stack, we can be a little bit crazier when it comes to the ideas, right, around Magic Snacks. So please, whatever you have in mind, let us know, no matter how crazy it might sound. We'd love to hear it. So thank you very much, Rafael. Thank you for being here and sharing this insight into the world of Magic Snacks. Super interesting to know how we all came up with this and what was the reasoning behind. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for watching today's episode. Please leave your feedback down below or in our social channels, what you think about the episode, the topics we covered, and let us know what you want to see in the next one. And as always, we'll see you next time.
I'm so overpowered. About this.
With one left hand. Here comes the big move. Back then. Time for party! I will show you where lobsters spend winter. What you thought you will reach!
Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything.
Staring fang pop into the oddity shot. Drop some money for
Time I gotta work. Why are you and also I'll fix this situation. Why are you Time I gotta work. I'll fix this situation. Hey! Little sticker in your... I'll fix this situation. Hey! Leave me alone! Time I gotta work. Seriously? There. Time I gotta work. I'm so gonna win everything.
Into a reality shop, drop some money for a musty old. Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession. Needless aggression filling hands, spilling into the street. Everybody's going mad, furious heat. Sweet demons, everybody's seeing red. Bashing and staring the city to shreds. Everything's going according to plan. Brawl against brawler, again and again. Did you get the invite, baby? Come on, when this block party's done, there'll be no block left to party on. I'm a real bad player, serious angel slayer. I'm gonna ring your bell once we start this.
she's too wrapped up in herself. Hashtag haters. They say she's too wrapped up in herself. Hashtag haters. Try my new perfume! I will destroy you! You totally deserve that. Totally not getting a friendship bracelet! Hashtag I'm so gonna win everything. Look at me! Not from that angle! Time for a detox. My blog. I can finally breathe again. Big chill pill. Totally not getting a friendship. I'm only here for the trophies. Breathe again. Look at me! Not from that angle. I'm only here for the trophies.
ready. Game not over.
Player one, get ready. Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession. Needless aggression filling and spilling into the street. Everybody's going mad.
You can't make me! I could do this if I wanted to. Leave me alone! Don't be salty. Wow, hardcore. Boring! I could do this if I wanted to.
can't believe I have to do this. I could do this if I wanted to. So awesome. Great, now everyone hates me. Back on the grind. So awesome. Get away from me! Wow, hardcore. Great, now everyone hates me. Great, now everyone hates me. Don't be so awesome. do this if I wanted to.
Fly like an eagle! My mind is clear. Fly like an eagle!
This is so lame.
Staring fang pop into the oddity shot. Drop some money for a musty old ball. Turns out the book that they took wasn't too good. At least if you're not into demonic possession. Needless aggression filling and spilling into the street. Everybody's going mad. Furious heat. Sweet demons, everybody's seeing red. Bashing and tearing the city to shreds. Everything's going according to plan. Brawl against brawler, again and again. Did you get the invite, baby? Come on. When this block party is done, there'll be no block left to party on. I'm a real bad player. Serious angel slayer. I'm gonna ring your bell. Once we solve this dance, you walk with me in hell. Just about to wipe the floor with some wet kid. Teach him a lesson that you'll never forget. When all these angels show up out of nowhere, you swear, how dare you interfere with my schemes? Gonna make you scream. Do you think you can? You wrong.